welcome back to my channel. It is a rainy, stormy, muggy, nasty day here in Middle Tennessee. Actually it was this morning. It's kind of moved on and I haven't been outside because I'm betting that it's just really hot. It may have cooled down, but I don't know. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. It's been about a week. I told you guys, I said school is starting Monday, and when I tell you that there is no tired like August tired, if you're an educator or you work in education, you are shaking your head and going, yep, she's not playing. I don't know what it is. It's just all the things, I think. And, getting back into your routine. Now, I did work summer school, so I only had about a month off, but still just getting back in the routine. And, here I can pedal a little and then sit and run a little, go run around, but I'm sitting like it's just, and I know that makes me sound lazy. It's not, but it's exhausting. And kindergarten started this week as well. So it's just, I was very glad for the weekend. So anyway, I'm hoping that over the next week or so, I'll kind of get in my groove and we won't go a week without a video, but you got to please give me some grace. It may take me a minute to kind of get in a better routine of juggling it all. But anyway, I am going to show you that project that I've been talking about, that painted hutch that we did, and what a complete and absolute nightmare that it has turned out to be. But I've got all of the pink depression glass that I'm going to display in it for now, mixed with a little bit of milk glass. So you're going to see that. And I do say, because I've already filmed that part, like I ain't gonna lie, doors are off right now because they're just, when I tell y'all, I don't care if we ever paint another piece of furniture, I'm not joking. Like, we've painted a few. I don't really care for painted furniture, and we've talked about that. But this, with it being that pink glass, and it was a dark cherry piece of wood, just didn't look good. So we had to paint it, but it's been a complete and utter nightmare. I got this hutch for $75. I would have rather paid for one for $200 or $300 that was already painted. Anyway, so you guys let me know, doors on or doors off. I'm kind of liking both ways, but anyway, so watch that part real quick and then meet me back here and we're going to do a haul. Okay, friends, so without further ado, this project piece that I keep talking about is right here. This China hutch cabinet, we bought this back in, I want to say, the first or middle of April, and I'm going to get a little bit closer. It was a beautiful piece of cherry wood, solid wood, not pressed board. Absolutely gorgeous. I hated to paint it. We we bought the paint, we talked about it, we struggled, but it just was not looking good with the pink depression glass. Once I put the glass in there up against that cherry wood, you couldn't tell that it was pink, and that defeated the whole purpose. So we started the undertaking of painting it. And let me just tell you, it was an absolute nightmare. It's still not done. We don't have the doors done. We thought they were done, and when Greg took the tape off to where he was covering up the glass, it took some of the paint off. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and do this video, but I like it without the doors. The only thing that bothers me is I know that these little grooves, seeing those are going to bother me. And then down here at the bottom, you can see where, those are there. I probably just need to get over it, but we're going to put the doors up and see what we think. The only thing is, with the doors up, it'll protect it in case Hazel Grace decides to get up there, because she'll knock everything over. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the pink depression glass for those of you that love it as much as I do. This is not even a quarter of my depression glass. When I was decorating for Easter, I wanted this right here. This Holy Grail set, which I am missing the top bowl. This didn't come with it, but the pink gooseberry Pyrex. I thought, how adorable would this look if I had moss coming out of the layers and on top more moss with a bunny. Well, that's kind of what started my pink obsession. I didn't score this until after Easter, but I also thought, well, you know, if I could get a few pink plates. So I did start out slow and finding depression glass, but then I just now have an overabundance of it, and I have multiple patterns. Not intentionally. My favorite pattern is the cabbage rose that's on that platter back there. Or some people call it Rose of Sharon, or not, is it Cabbage Rose and Rose of Sharon? I don't know. That is my favorite pattern, but it is hard to find. And if I do find it, it tends to be a little bit more pricey. But I have gotten lucky with thrift stores, and my sister gifted me a lot of pink depression glass. Like all 5 of those plates are Cabbage Rose. So that's more than enough for a spring table setting. Up here, all of this is thrifted, guys. Every bit of this is thrifted. That, I'm not sure. I think this is more, I don't know 100%. When I Google lens it, it says it's depression glass, but I don't really think that it is. But my glasses are depression glass. My picture back there is the pink depression glass. And that pink depression glass ice bucket, I got that at a flea market. Now, when I put all this together, you know, it was boring, so I did add some pops of Greg's milk glass. Can't do without Greg's milk glass. Here I added the Harvest pattern by Westmoreland that he has so much of, and it really matches well with the Pyrex. And so down here, I have not gotten a completed set of this Hazel Atlas crinoline dishes. I love these things. I have thrifted all of this and been very fortunate in getting this, except for my one teacup. I did get it at an antique shop, but it was only $10, guys. If you look these up online, they're $60 to $80. You might find one for $45, but a piece, not for the set, not for, you know, 2 or 3. So I would love to have, I have the saucers, because you don't find them together sometimes. You'll find the saucers or the cups. So I would love to have just 3 more cups, but down here I have the sugar bowl and the creamer. Now, these I did thrift, and they are the Cabbage Rose, but I think these are a replica. I don't think these are true depression glass, and one reason why is the lid is just too new. I later saw some that was real, and I'm 99% sure that mine is a replica, but I don't care. I love it. This is my little depression glass salt keeper, and then so I paired it with Greg's little chicken that I showed y'all last week. I have a cake plate, just more saucers under there. Now this is I believe the Madrid pattern, but let me know in a comment if you would like a video devoted to pink depression glass and the different patterns, and I can unpack it all and set it out on the table, and we can go over it. The one reason why I don't want to get rid of this piece is because those drawers are so deep, and the amount of stuff that I have stored in those drawers. But anyway, guys, this is my pink depression glass. Oh, in my basket up there, that beautiful basket, totally thrifted. Of course, the greenery came from Hobby Lobby, but when I tell you that everything I'm sorry, this camera is getting wobbly, that everything is thrifted, including the hutch, and everything inside of those deep, wonderful drawers is completely thrifted. But if you would like to see a video on just depression glass, let me know, and we will do that one Saturday when I don't have anything else to do. And hey, what do you think? Doors on, doors off? Okay, so that was my hutch with the pink depression glass mixed with the little milk glass and my pink Pyrex. I am not so much a Pyrex collector. I have that set, and I have the, I can't even think about golden butterfly set, only because I have the Corelle dishes that kind of do match it. But I like it. I think it's cool. It's one of the things I'm finding that is just ridiculously overpriced. That set alone, even missing that top bowl, which someday I will find. I see, I see it online for like $300. I see it in antique shops and some around in my areas, particularly in Murfreesboro, for over $500. Now, I can't say what I would do if I won this Mega Million lottery, because first I'd have to go buy a ticket. But I would like to think that no matter what amount of money I had, I would not pay that for some bowls that I'm not going to use, and I'm not even going to use those all year. They're actually, the whole thing is getting ready to be revamped and ready for fall. I mean, maybe if I had $1 billion, I don't know, and I don't judge anybody that does do that, but I don't know. It's not my thing. I love it. I think it's cool, but I will tell you, I got that in an estate sale. It was pretty scuffed up, but I used Barkeeper's Friend. Is that what it's called? Barkeeper's Friend, and a sponge, and I very gently rubbed that, and it got those black marks off. And then when I got it all cleaned up, and it took me like an hour because I went really slow and very gentle, I then rubbed coconut oil on them to kind of make them shine, because they were not in the best shape, but I brought them back to life. So if you come across some Pyrex like that, if it's been in the dishwasher and it's all washed out, there's probably not anything you can do. But if you see it, it's got those like dark gray blackish streaks. If it's not a crazy price piece and you like it and you want to experiment, try that. Don't come after me if it tears it up. You have to be very, very gentle, because that Barkeeper's Friend is gritty. I also bought the cream, or I guess it was the cream, the liquid or whatever. It did not work as well, so I had to actually pull out the powder. And I could see where you could just as easily ruin a bowl if you're not careful with that. But anyway, not that I'm an expert on Pyrex, but I'm very fortunate to have that. All of my depression glass has been thrifted, every last bit of it. My jar, the canister depression glass, I got one piece at one thrift store, and I found the lid at another thrift store. And that is the key that I'm finding to all the things. You have to, if you really want something, sometimes you have to go ahead and buy part of it and just hope that you find it, and you will. It just takes time. The glasses, the little glasses that go with the picture. Now, I did get that at an estate sale, but I still consider that thrifting. The Crenlon ribbed ruffle edge dishes. Oh, I absolutely love those. They are so hard to find. I plan on, I know it's a long way away, but I plan on trying to put all that together for just a beautiful tablescape for Easter and spring next spring. So we'll see how all that comes together. That basket, that beautiful basket, Goodwill, $5.99, $4.99, something like that. So yeah, I love showing these things, not to say look what I have, but to say look what you can have. When I first got into this and I would see these beautiful pieces and the price tags on them, and I thought, well, I can't afford that. It just, like I've said a couple of times, it takes diligence, perseverance. You can find these things, but you have to want it to where you want to go to the thrift stores repeatedly and be there early. And y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but during the summer, I would go maybe in the morning and the afternoon. Just because, like I've said 100 times, my kids are grown. My husband works full time just like I do. So it's just a hobby of mine. But anyway, since I've seen you guys, last weekend was my last weekend before school started and Greg was off. So we kind of did one last weekend hurrah. we went back to Springfield. Springfield Antique Barn is one of his absolute favorite antique thrifting places to go to, and it's about an hour, 45 minutes from here or something like that. And we ran around to some Goodwills, and then I went yesterday after school. It was it's Friday. I didn't go all week. I didn't go to a single thrift store all week. So then Friday I did go, and I went to an estate sale this morning. So I've been saving a haul for you guys. So let's just get started with my estate sale things that I got this morning. This was in the picture, and this was the main reason that I went. Isn't she gorgeous? So the information that I have found about her, she is stamped, she is ironstone. It's very light. You can barely see it. It was this picture, and it was a set of 3. This little creamer, and yeah, I'm going to say creamer sugar. I don't really know. Maybe that's a water pitcher or a tea pitcher. I don't know. Here's the information that I have found. See the detail on the handles? I love it. What I've been able to Google Lens on this. I got the whole set today, was 25% off. The set was $35, was 25% off that. So what does that make it like? 27, 28, something like that. So I didn't think that was too bad, considering that it is ironstone. It's heavy. And I love transferware, y'all. I think this is going to be gorgeous for spring. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's that pale, it's not pastel green, but it's not like holiday green. Like, I don't think I can pull this green off for Christmas. We'll just have to see. But and I love the little detail up there. So here's the thing. I can't put in this stamp and find anything, but this does come up in Google Lens. I don't know if I necessarily, because I guess I don't want to think that I have something that's antique, borderline primitive, and I wouldn't consider this beautiful piece primitive anyway. But it says that these were very common in the late 1800s. I'm definitely going to say this was from the early 1900s, but it doesn't matter. I like to know the history on my pieces, but it was absolutely beautiful. It's what got me to go to the estate sale. Y'all gonna think this is hilarious. Went to the wrong estate sale this time, but there was a line, and they were having an estate sale, but it was in the same neighborhood, and the one I was going to was 2 streets over. And sometimes my MapQuest will send me like crazy places, and I thought, well, surely this is where I'm supposed to be. And even though my Google or MapQuest, whichever, I don't know, I used 2 different ones, whichever one I was using, surely it doesn't mean drive down 2 more streets. So I stand in line, I get to talking, and I'm like, this is not the estate sale that I want to be at. Well, it's 2 streets away. What is with me, y'all? I'm just a hot mess. But they had a few little things, which I'm not going to show you today. They were little bitty things. I didn't spend hardly anything there. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to do a video either tonight or in the morning. I'm going to attempt to do a decorate with me. I have done decorate with me's in the past. I am not the best at it. My husband has been really encouraging me. He likes to watch decorate with me's. I know that a huge portion of people out there like to watch decorate with me's. I'm just really bad at it. And I think y'all are going to laugh and be like, girl, just stick to what you're doing. So anyway, you're going to see those things in the decorate with me. So that was all for today at the estate sale. Now, yesterday I went to City Thrift, which I've taken you guys there with me before, and to Goodwill. So at City Thrift, I scored big time. I was so excited. I got Greg this, hold on, there's something on it, milk glass cake plate. And it has little feet, very little feet. This ribbing around here, this edging, I don't know if it came with a dome. They didn't have one with it. It was $3.99 for this. But I did take one of my dome glass plates if I do use it, put a cake on or cupcakes or something, and it'll fit a regular one will. So he was so excited to get this. He liked, you know, I like the scalloped edges, and it's just something more to add to his milk glass. I always try to think about him a little bit, you know, whenever I'm out and he can't be with me. And I also got, y'all aren't going to believe that I found this so quick. Okay, but I found him 6 milk glass spice jars, y'all. Now, they all have the chicken on one side, and they say what it is. And, y'all, there's still spices in here. Should probably clean that out. But I already have them styled, and I have them in the spice rack. Just turn to the back. So I could not believe that I found these so quick. They were a little, like, we got the one for $1. These were $4, but it was something he wanted. And I've just turned it around. We're doing it like this. I was going to try to get that off with some acetone, the chicken, but I do black and white sometimes. So I thought if I go back and do my black and white, I'll just turn it around. I thought that'd be super cute. So he was ecstatic to get these. He loves it. I think of him. Also from City Thrift, I don't think I got anything from Goodwill yesterday. I mean, I feel like I stood in line. You know, I may need to go look in the car. I might have left something in the car because I know I stood in line because I talked. Do I just ramble or do I ramble? I did go to Goodwill. I don't know where the stuff is. So anyway, I think I left it in the car. But back to City Thrift. I found another chicken collector basket. And this was $2.99. The reason I got this, I know I already have one, but the one I have, the handles are red. And I'm a weirdo, y'all. I'll only use red in December and like for the summer months. So I thought if I wanted to fill this up with some little fake eggs, I could use this all year round. So I don't have it styled yet, but for that price, I didn't want to walk away. I also got this aluminum cake pan. It was 99 cents. I really like the way that the aluminum patina's up. And I'm going to put this with, I think I'm going to put this with some old muffin tin that I found about a month or so. Now, when I saw this, I knew Greg was not going to like it, but, and I was right. He doesn't like it, but I like it. I think it says fall. I think it'll look good kind of styled on a bookshelf. I think that it's definitely vintage, but I found this hunting picture. See, there's the hunter and then the bird flying away. And I like the way it's not bright. I like the old wood frame. This color was half off, so this was $1.50. And I think it'll just look good like in the back of a bookshelf, you know, with other things styled on it. So, and he did not like it. But that's okay, you know. Every now and then that's okay. And then I got this basket. I have been wanting one, but every time I see one, you can thrift these all day long. But when I see them, they're tore up somewhere, like to the point that I don't really want to pay for it. Now, this is what I got at Goodwill. Okay. This was $3.99. See, y'all, I knew I got something at Goodwill. This was $3.99, and it's just like a vegetable picking basket. Now, I don't know what that is. Oh, like the wood's missing, but that's okay. I'll style it like this. But I liked how it had the light and the dark weaving in it. So for $3.99, I thought that was, it's not tore up at all except for that little white piece where some of the woods come off. But I thought that was great. I was excited to get that, not all tore up. Now, I cannot tell my story straight. I apologize. Oh, I'm like this in real life. Don't try having a conversation with me. You would be like, oh my God. So this was yesterday, but I remember last weekend, so Greg and I were going around. So before we went to Springfield, we picked up a marketplace purchase. And this is funny because last weekend we thought we found the little milk glass spice jars. we bought these. We have 7 of them, and they were $1 a piece. So we paid $7 for these. They are huge though. We have, they're all white all around. I like that the lids are white. These sell for, but it's so funny because we stopped in 2 places in Springfield, and one of them had these exact things for sale at $7 a piece. So we paid $1 a piece, but they're really big. They're like, I don't know if they were like apothecary, like maybe used in a pharmacy for medicine, but they're in great shape. We have 7 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm not going to lie. But we just laughed because on the way to Springfield, because I bought these for him, and I really thought that they were, you know, like this. And as you can see, clearly they are not. So, okay. So on to Springfield, right? We bought, let's see, 2 really large things at Springfield, and one of them I'm saving. I'll show y'all when I decorate for fall. And the other item, we are going to do a laundry room refresh because there's absolutely no decor in there whatsoever. We have pegboards all up on the walls. I think I've told y'all this before, and it houses all my costume jewelry. So we've seen such cute things for laundry rooms that we did find something in Springfield last weekend. Greg's always looked at it every time we've gone up there. So that's coming up. Probably not anytime soon because this is getting into Greg's busy season. But whenever we do that laundry room haul, not laundry room haul, but that laundry room makeover, I will show you that. But while we were at Springfield, Greg found a piece of hobnail. He was very excited to get this. I don't remember how much he paid for it. He wanted this piece. We saw it at the flea market last month, and he said, I'm going to come back and get it because we were going to see the vendor that we really like. And when we went back, it was gone, and he was so bummed out. So he was tickled to find this at Springfield. He has the smaller one. I don't remember what he paid for it. I think it was actually cheaper than what the flea market vendor had it for, but I don't know. I don't really remember. Now, I found, y'all, I know I showed you, I'm pretty sure I showed you in one of my tour, maybe my kitchen tour, there, my coffee bar, I had the Snow White Regency dishes, and I have the cups. And I had said I wanted 4 more, and I just couldn't find, wasn't having any luck thrifting 4 more. And when I say that, I know I can go on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and sometimes you'll find some great deals on there, but then you got to pay shipping, and sometimes the shipping is more than the item, which I want it to come to me, not broken. So I get that. I'm not complaining, but it's much better if you can thrift it. Well, in a booth, a very crowded booth. I don't know how I saw this. On the bottom of a shelf with something on top of it, I spotted my cups that I needed. There were 4 of them, stamped made in England. They are a part of the Johnson's Brothers Snow White Regency, which I have. Now, what was in this was 4 cups, 4 plates, and I just grabbed one out of my cabinet, and it is stamped the Johnson Brothers Snow White Regency. I think there were 4 berry bowls and 4 bread plates. So I have like a serving of 12 of these now. I don't have 12 cups. I only have 8 cups. But all of this was taped together, and there had a sign up that said, look for sell items. So it was, y'all, I got all that. 4 plates, 4 berry bowls, 4 bread plates, and 4 cups. It didn't have the saucers, but I have a ton of saucers. So for $10.50. When I took it up to the register for them to hold so that I could keep shopping, I think they thought for a minute that I had changed that price, because the guy was like, this had $10.50 on it. And I was like, yes, sir. And he said, that's really cheap for this. I didn't even have an ink pen in my purse. So I was, I just stood there. I thought, well, I don't have any way to have changed this price. And I was a little shocked that he was acting like that. But I said, well, I'm going to shop some more if you want to hold that. But it was the find of, it made my day. I didn't really find anything at the antique barn, but those dishes, getting those 4 cups. Now, can I tell y'all how sad I am? Because when I got them home, the 4 cups I already had, because these are Snow White. They meet their name, Snow White Regency. They're like a off-white. Because there is a Gibson, the same, almost identical pattern. It's by Gibson, and theirs is not stark white. And I thrifted my other 4 cups at City Thrift. So y'all, that has really bothered me. I have them all together. It's clear as day that they don't match. So am I on the hunt for 4 more Snow White Regency cups? Yes. Well, I sell those. I'll either sell them or donate them because it's going to drive me bananas. But I had to throw that in. Transparency here, guys. Transparency. Okay, so 2 more thrifted items. Greg loves dough bowls. I like dough bowls, but we have a hard time with where to put dough bowls because we just don't have that many surfaces. You guys have seen my house. But I don't know, we have 2 or 3 dough bowls, but we didn't have this color, so Greg got this dough bowl. And it probably looks bigger on here than it really is. But I do like the color of it for fall. I think it's the darkest one we have. It's not vintage. It can't be because of the price that it was. When you see dough bowls that I'm assuming are with their vintage, or sometimes they'll say they're primitive, and I struggle with that because, y'all, I've talked about this. I want you to, if it's primitive, then that means it was, like in the mid 1800s. I know I get hung up on words. Y'all just gotta look over that. But I have asked a vendor, that just happened to be at their booth one time. They had $400 on a dough bowl. So I very respectfully said, I'm just curious, why do you have that on a dough bowl? Like, how can you I'm not even gonna say it, make it authentic. And they said it's, from where it was made. Their bowl they were selling was made in Mexico, and it was an authentic dough bowl. Anyway, this clearly was not. This was like $35. So it honestly probably came from like Hobby Lobby or, someplace like that. They might have got it on clearance and put it in their thing. But regardless, it's a pretty color, and he was happy. He likes dough bowls, so we'll just add it to our collection. I have no idea where this is going to go, but I did thrift him some really cool gourds. Actually, I got them in an estate sale, so they may look cool in there, but you'll see all that come fall. The last thing that he got last weekend, and it is not vintage, it has a barcode on it, but y'all know that he has a thing for pheasants, so he found a little pheasant statue, and I even said we're good on pheasants, right? Like we don't need any more after this. So it was really cute. I don't remember how much this was. It's under $5, I think. Then I have a sweet friend. She thrifts as well, and she saw this. Now this is not vintage at all, but she thought of me, and I think it is so cute. A little Rosie Riveter lunchbox. I'm going to pack this away and pull this out next summer, so thank you so much. You will see this, if you're watching, styled next summer, and I was tickled to get that, and that she thought of me and wanted to get me something. Now I have a couple of retail items I'm going to show you. I just picked up from Hobby Lobby some of the dried baby's breath. It was on sale, and I have looked for this like several times, and I've never been able to find it, but they had it and it was on sale, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm going to add that into some of my fall things. But then the last thing I have to show you, I have been looking diligently for some brown transferware, vintage transferware plates, and I can find the Johnson Brothers Friendly Village, and I just don't, first of all, I can't afford it. It's very expensive if you're not able to thrift it. Like if you get it at an antique store, it's very expensive. And I don't really, like I go back and forth, like I don't know if I really like it or not. Like I like the brown, but I don't like, there's like some colors in there, like a green and yellow. I don't know. Even if I could, I wouldn't get it because I don't completely like it. Or I will see some transfer wear and I might just see one plate. And the closer that we're getting to fall, I just thought, well, if I'm going to do anything like that, I need to go ahead and come up with something. So I picked these up. Now, I messed up because I saw them a couple weeks ago, and there are 4 different prints, and they only had 3 sets, and I said, no, I'm going to keep trying to find, because I really, y'all talk about not being able to afford, I really want the Spode Woodland set, but have y'all priced that? Like, it's not coming in this house. I wish it would, unless it's gifted or unless I just get some awesome deal, but anyway. So I didn't pick them up then, and I messed up, and so they only had 2 prints. I went ahead and got them. I have access to some other Hobby Lobbies around me. I'm gonna see if I can find all 4. But I thought for, let's see, it was $9.99. They're 40% off. So what I pay, like $6, that these would work just fine. And I love the farm scene. You know, everything about it screams fall. And then with you know, the horses carrying the hay, and I just thought that was really pretty, and it's going to be fine, and it's going to work, and it's going to have that vintage look even though it's really not. So I got 2 of each of those, and that'll just have to be, and I'll be happy with it. I don't know exactly where or how I'm going to use them, but y'all, I have really enjoyed not having a tablescape in this kitchen area. I've always had one. I love making them. They're pretty. They make such an impact, but it's just so much easier to not do it. And I'm in such a dilemma. I'm so torn about my dining room. I mean, the amount of Liberty Blue that I have managed to collect, I'm not going to be able to replace all of that to do a fall, you know, room. I have the wallpaper on the wall. My chairs are, you know, recovered in that toile. I don't know what to do. I want that room to look fall, but I also, you know, I've talked about storage before. I don't really know where I would put all that and keep it safe. So I'm torn. I don't know. I do have a lot of yellow pumpkins, and I may just mix yellow in there and keep it blue. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll figure that out together. Y'all, if you have any advice or what you might do, drop me a comment, and then we'll just kind of see, you know, how it works out with what I end up doing. So guys, that is it for this video. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to try to work on that decorate with me video, and if nothing else, you know, I will do that. But I'm also, in the same video, I'm going to take you guys on a tour of all the things that I have shown you in a haul that I have finally got installed. Those things that are, you know, not for seasons like I had said in my last video, but I have styled some things, and there's some things that I've picked up that I haven't showed you because I've already styled them. So I'm gonna show all that, walk around, show you everything. I just really kind of took all the color out of my house, so to speak, except for that the pink depression glass. I like everything just to be calm before the explosion of fall happens. So I like August just to be, you know, just kind of a breather. I'm not going to say that there's places for the eye to rest, because y'all know me, there's not, but there's just this clean color palette. So I'll show you what my house looks as it awaits all of the fall color. So you guys have a great week this coming up week. I hope that you do something fabulous. I hope you get out and do some thrifting, and that you get something that has been on your bucket list. So you all have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.